My dream is to become a good water polo player.
My dream is to make my first goal.
I really want my team to go to the Junior Olympics.
Dare to dream.
Hi everyone, Greg Meskel here. Thanks for joining us on The Counterattack, brought to you by the Rudy Project and XX2I. This week we're dreaming big with the 2018 Dare to Dream 10 and Under Festival having wrapped up this past Sunday in Irvine, California, and we've got all the highlights for you. Let's head to the Willett Aquatic Center and get you caught up on all the fun. Dreamers Division third place game, SoCal and Trojan. SoCal already ahead 1-0, and Sage Strickland extends that lead 2-0 early in the first. Now we move along. Flynn Genther of Trojan gets his team's second goal of the match. We're tied at 2. SoCal's goalie Noah Dufresne waits for the perfect time, and he buries this shot from long distance. SoCal back in front 3-2. Now we move ahead. Cameron McCord tussling with the goalie to get SoCal's fifth score of the match, 5-2. SoCal goes on to win this one 8-3. They earn the bronze. Afterwards, Cameron McCord and Connor Coleman talking about how it felt to score goals for their team.
That felt amazing. It just felt like I did something for my team, and I just felt good about it.
It felt good scoring the goal, and it felt good winning.
Believers Division, third place game, Costa Mesa Aquatics, Diablo Alliance. Diablo's Ella Simone del Rosario hitting first on the breakaway. It's a 1-0 lead. Charlene Ann de Guzman with the long-range lob here, and Costa Mesa has pulled in front 3-1. They're fired up. Costa Mesa gets an opportunity right in front of the goal. They make it count, 5-2. In the fourth quarter, Diablo would get one more on the board, but it'd be all Costa Mesa. They'd add 3 more goals to go in front 9-4. Afterwards, we caught up with Sam Macias to give us his thoughts on the win.
We won because we played good defense and we got counterattacks, and I had fun.
Dreamers' first place division, both of our finals came down to the wire. Vanguard and Commerce. Nathan Martinez starts the scoring for Commerce. They go in front 1-0 late in the first. Kai Kaneko of Vanguard hits from mid-pool to close out the first. Vanguard in front 2-1. Commerce's Matthew Moran takes on the defender, distracts the goalie, multitasking. He floats one in, all even at 2. Vanguard's Kyson Becker puts the game within 1 goal on this score, and then not seen here. The team will tie things up. We're all square 5. Now we go to a shootout. Defense, the name of the game here. Early on, Vanguard's first 2 attempts are blocked. Commerce is able to convert. Then Commerce is blocked, and Vanguard's Sebastian Mock able to hit here. Then a missed attempt by Commerce that opens the door for Vanguard. They take it, they win gold. Afterwards, Wade Hyatt talks about why he's proud of his team at Dare to Dream.
Well, Kai did score a really good goal, and Asa scored the winning goal to make it into a shootout. They did really good, and they scored a lot of goals, and they didn't give up in the last quarter.
Believers, first place game, Irvine Kahuna Royal 559 Academy. Sebastian Valoria gets things rolling for Kahuna after the ball slips out of the keeper's hands. That's in the back of the net, 1-0 Kahuna. And then Timothy Wang goes spin move over the defender's head. Nicely done, 3-0. Alexander Minton puts Royal on the board with back-to-back tallies. 559 is in the house. They trail 3-2. Kahuna ahead now 5-4, and Jill Scott from the Royal squad ties the game at 5. It came down to this. Timothy Wang delivers the only goal we'd have in the fourth quarter. Kahuna takes it 7-6. First place in the Believers Division. Post-game, Sadie Aiello talks about the team's defense and their efforts to win this one.
We probably did defense the best we could today, better than we ever have.
From 10 and under to college water polo. And the women's college water polo season started this past weekend, albeit with a limited schedule, just 2 official games. We'll get to those momentarily. First up, though, Water Polo Nation was on the scene in SoCal for an exhibition match between USC and UCLA. Here's a look at a couple of the highlights.
3:27 left in the game. Kelsey McIntosh feeds the ball to Maud Meggans. Meggans scores and USC extends their lead. And the Bruins respond. Roxy Wheaton fires this shot and scores to get UCLA another one on the board. And it wouldn't stop there. The Bruins do go on to fight their way back. And although this exhibition game doesn't have a final score, the two teams prove that they are worthy opponents going into the 2018 season.
That takes us to our Cap 7 college scoreboard. Those two games we talked about. Tough start for the LMU Lions on the wrong end of a couple of games here against USC and UCLA, but still a long season to go. A host of teams will be in action this coming weekend to get their seasons started. More scores to follow next week here on the show. Speaking of which, next week we'll have our USA Water Polo National Collegiate Rankings brought to you by the Freeman Rating System. Keep an eye out for that. New head coaches at Princeton University. We told you about longtime head coach Louis Nicolau headed to the Naval Academy. That left an opening at Princeton. They've got interim coaches moving forward for the time being. Derek Ellingson will take over the men's squad. Becca Dorst, the women's team, heading into the 2018 season. We'll keep an eye on GoPrincetonTigers.com for any updates there. Now we head back to Irvine, and during Dare to Dream, our first ever free splash ball clinic as a part of the event, Olympians Janai Kerr and Jesse Smith were in the water. We'll have a longer feature on the fun here, but here's a quick look at some of the good times had by the future water polo stars in the U.S.
Well, I haven't really played splash ball before, but I'm really excited because it's in the water and I love the water and I go on river trips every year, so I hope it's going to be fun.
And now we close out the show as we do every week with our social media send-off. You can stay involved. Use the hashtag counterattack. Tag us at USAWP. Well, it was Alumni Day at UCLA, bringing together some familiar faces, a couple of Olympic gold medalists, Maddie Musselman and Courtney Mathewson, getting together, this via the UCLA Water Polo Twitter account. Moose Water Polo out of Ohio, they were enjoying their time at a recent ODP workout. NorCal Aquatics, one day they're sharing rain, the next they're sharing a beautiful sunset. Nicely done here. Connecticut College Track and Field and Cross Country, well, as a way to stay in shape for track and field and cross country, they try some water polo out. And we asked the question, do you think track athletes hate water polo as much as water polo athletes hate running? Good question. Ashley Johnson has arrived in Italy to compete with her new team, Orizzonte. Navy SEAL Robert O'Neill was asked about the most common sport played amongst his fellow Navy SEALs. No surprise here, water polo often tops that list. Marin Dempsey with some fancy art here. Didn't realize there was water polo in the Sistine Chapel. And Jordan back in Skip Shot magazine. Not that Michael Jordan, but this Jordan does have some hops with a couple of photos here in our Hot Shots section. And that'll do it for this week's social media send-off. Thanks for all your submissions. Don't forget, tag us at USAWP. That'll do it for this week's show. Thanks so much for watching. And don't forget, when you're on the counterattack, look weak side.